Hi, I'm Ronnie Garrett, editor of Airport Business Magazine. In this episode of Boyd Bytes, Michael Boyd recommends assessing your airport to see if it might be attractive to foreign investors. He explains it's often advantageous for foreign investors to move operations to U.S. soil, and what better place to locate than on airport property. Here's more of what he had to say.
Hi, Mike Boyd for Airport Business. What I want to talk today about is a subject matter that we really haven't talked about, which is investment in your airport. Too often we think about how do we get an office park, how do we get another FBO, how do we get a maintenance facility, or God forbid, how do we start to get more air cargo, which is one of the biggest pipe dreams we have out there going today. The real issue is, how do we get foreign investment into our airports? There are a lot of companies, and I will mention specifically China, that want to invest in U.S. property. They want to invest in plants here in the U.S. And what better place than an airport where you have additional infrastructure and logistics to move things about? Now, why would anybody in their right mind in China want to put a factory in the U.S., you might think? The reasons are many. You know what land costs in China? Astronomical. Electricity might be 4 times as much as in the U.S. and not as reliable. The logistics of moving the goods to the port, that's expensive, and then transporting things to the U.S., that's expensive as well. So there are opportunities. We've seen Chinese companies expand in terms of white goods, appliances. We've seen them buy aviation companies like Continental Motors. So there's a lot of opportunity out there. So what I'd suggest is take a look at, or take stock in, where you stand in terms of investment for a foreign company. I use China as one example. What, for example, is your geographic location? What's your proximity to other industries out there? I mean, if you're out in the middle of absolutely nowhere, 100 miles from the nearest other city, you might have a problem. But if you're somewhere east of the Mississippi, you might be in a pretty good shape to attract a Chinese company. What about your labor force? Do you have a ready labor force that can immediately be hired without importing them? There are a lot of areas in America who are very fortunate in the sense that they're at full employment. They're probably not a good target for foreign investment as a result of that. What about your logistics? Moving goods into and out of raw materials and finished products into and out of the facility. Forget air cargo. We're talking highway here because that's how stuff is going to get moved. What about issues like incentives? What can you offer a foreign company? And one of the things is how aggressive can you be? But the real issue is you need to raise your global profile. Forget local, forget state, forget national, raise your global profile. Remember, virtually every state in the Union either has a trade office in Beijing or has access to a trade office representative in Beijing. These are the people that can start to put you together. It's a long process, but if you can attract a Chinese company, that'll attract other companies. That'll build things at your marketplace. And I think this is one of the things that we've all got to start thinking about, whether we're in rural Nebraska or whether we're in New York City, that we've got to start building our global presence, and there is global money out there that wants to build their presence in the U.S. So what we suggest going forward is when you look at your property, when you look at your ALP, think globally. What can you offer a foreign company? And we would recommend China because we know there's a lot of business there, and we know there's a lot of money there, and there's a lot of eagerness to expand in the U.S. So give that some thought as you go forward. If you have any questions, call us. We'd love to talk to you about it. But in the meantime, have a good one.
Leave a comment below to share your feedback about this and previous episodes of Boyd Bytes. We come out with a new Boyd Bytes once a month, so be sure to view the videos and be part of the discussion at AviationPros.com. Thank you for your interest. Have a wonderful day.